But rail's vulnerability is not limited to the actions of naive teenagers. The tracks are also open to attack from those who are all too aware of the mayhem they can cause. In October of 1995, the southwest corner of the Arizona desert was the scene of a deliberate derailment. One that could have brought the worst train crash in American history. Here, with thousands of miles of track running through very remote areas, the railroad is literally wide open. Amtrak's Sunset Limited passenger train from Miami was passing through Arizona on its 65-hour journey to Los Angeles. Traveling on board, fast asleep in the middle of the night, was Neil Halford.
About 1:30, I woke up, and the first thing, of course, you hear is the brakes screaming on the train, and very rapidly coming to a stop, and then boom, just a very solid hit.
Traveling at speed, the train derailed as it crossed a bridge. 3 of its carriages plunged 30 feet into a dried-out riverbed. It could hardly have been a worse place for an accident, in the middle of a snake-infested desert, 3 miles from the nearest road. It took 45 minutes for help to arrive.
It was the first time as the sheriff, or my 38 years in law enforcement, that I saw something like this. This was sort of a shock because you only see this type of thing on television, in movies.
The passengers stayed cooped up on the wrecked train, afraid to get off because of rattlesnakes. But Neil Halford decided to risk it.
I decided to go outside, and I'm walking around, and at one point I look over and I saw this piece of paper under a rock. I kind of walked past it at first, and then the little wheels start clicking in my head saying, well, we're a long way from anywhere. And I go, that's really odd that this piece of paper should be lying out here in the middle of nowhere. And then I started skimming the note real quick, and I saw ATF, FBI, and then I just realized, oh my God, this was a terrorist attack. What was a train accident a few moments earlier, or just, an accident, and it went from being that to someone has just tried to kill every single last person on this train.
What he had found was a cryptic message signed by a group calling themselves Sons of the Gestapo. It referred to the siege at Waco, Texas, where members of an extremist group had been killed in a shootout with the FBI. It began to look as if the derailment was a revenge terrorist attack. It was a frightening possibility. 6 months before, another revenge attack, the Oklahoma City bombing, had claimed 167 lives. This latest attack in the desert had the nation up in arms.
I am determined that we will make sure that in the United States we will have the tools, the means we need to keep the American people safe.
Today, the FBI sealed off a 1 square mile area around the site of the Amtrak crash. The number of agents here second only to the Oklahoma City bombing.
1 person had been killed and 76 injured. But that was more by luck than by judgment. The saboteurs had been going for maximum damage.
This is the point where the derailment itself occurred. And at this juncture right here, these bolts were loosened and removed, allowing these 2 plates to fall away. That effectively loosened this left rail. They were able to push it inward approximately 12 inches to about there.
The saboteurs circumvented the safety system, which is designed to warn drivers of problems with the track ahead. Any break in the rail interrupts an electrical circuit running along the track and changes the signals to red. But the saboteurs wired around their work, keeping the circuit open and making sure the Amtrak Sunset Limited approached the break in the track on a green light.